morning students, welcome back to our subject Science and Chapter 7 Metals and Non-Metals. Points to be covered: metals, physical properties of element, physical state, luster, hardness, ductility, malleability, conduction of heat, conduction of electricity, density, melting point and boiling point, sonority. Non-metals, physical properties of non-metals, physical state, luster, brittleness, ductility and malleability, conduction of heat and electricity, density, melting point and boiling point, metalloids. Metals: gold, silver, iron, copper, aluminium, magnesium, calcium, sodium, platinum are few metals. Metals have luster, metals are hard, wire or sheet can be made by metals, metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, metals lose their valence electrons to produce positively charged ions, that is cations. Physical properties of metal: physical state: under the ordinary temperature, metal stays in solid state. Metals like mercury and gallium are exception, which are in liquid state even at room temperature. So here, if you try to see this picture is of mercury and it is in liquid state. Luster: take a copper vessel at your home, scrub them with lime and rinse with water. Observe the luster before and after cleaning. Light get reflected from the clean or freshly cut surface of metal and metal look lustrous. So in the picture, if you try to see, this metal is shining, it is having a luster. Hardness: generally metals are hard and not soft. So these metals are hard here. Exception sodium and potassium are soft and can be easily cut by knife. Ductility: in the picture, if you try to see, this is copper metal and it is converted into copper wire. Have you ever went to goldsmith shop? Have you seen the goldsmith making a wire of gold or silver? When a metal is pulled through a hole, its wire is formed. This property of metal is called ductility. Malleability: in the picture, it is shown that a metal hammered into a thin sheet. Gold is most malleable metal. Take an iron nail, place it on platform and keep on hammering it. After some time, you will see a thin sheet forming. This property is called as malleability of metal. Conduction of heat: now take a copper plate, fix some wax at one of its end, heat the other end and observe what happens. Metals are good conductor of heat. Silver, copper and aluminium are the best conductor of heat. Conduction of electricity: which metals are used to make electrical wires? Metals are good conductor of electricity. Lead is an exception, which is neither a good conductor of heat nor a good conductor of electricity. Density: metals have high density. Sodium, potassium and lithium are exception, having low density than water. Density of lithium is only 0.53 grams per cubic centimeter. Melting point and boiling point: generally metals have high melting point and boiling point, exception Hg, Ga, Na and K. Sonority: now if you try to see in the picture, here you can see a metal bell is here. The ability of metal to produce a particular sound when it is tapped on a hard surface is termed as sonority. What is the metal that your school bell is made up of? How does a bell function? Metals are sonorous. They produce sound on striking. Non-metals: carbon, sulfur, phosphorus are few non-metals. Generally, non-metals are brittle and non-lustrous. So in the picture, if you try to see here, these are the non-metals. Physical properties of non-metals: physical state: at ordinary temperature, non-metals occurs at solid, liquids and gaseous state. For example, solid: carbon, sulfur, phosphorus; liquid: bromine, gases, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. Luster: non-metals do not have luster except diamond and iodine crystals. Some nonmetals are colorless while others have different colors. Sulfur is yellow and bromine is brown. So in the figure, if you try to see a diamond, it is lustrous. In the picture, if you try to see the nonmetals is brittle, it means it crumples into pieces. Take a coal and hammer it. See what happens to it. Solid nonmetals are brittle. Some nonmetals are soft. Diamond, an allotrope of carbon, is an exception, which is the hardest natural substance. Ductility and malleability. Nonmetals are neither ductile nor malleable. Density. Nonmetals have low densities. Melting point and boiling point. Nonmetals have low melting point and boiling point. Exception, the solid nonmetals carbon and boron melts at high temperature. Metalloids. If you will try to see the picture here, you can see the silicon, boron, antimony, and you can see germanium. Some elements such as arsenic, As, silicon, Si, germanium, Ge, antimony, Sb have properties which are intermediate between metals and non-metals. Such metals are called metalloids.